Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podlie Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podlie Bill, Podlie Cliff, and Podlie Paul.
A little bit.
And
here
we
are.
are.
That then.
It is episode 193, and it is Christmas-like. I've got my flashing Christmas sweater on here.
It's flashing Christmas.
My lights are flashing.
Your lights are flashing in more ways than
We're
one.
roasting our chestnuts.
You.
Okay,
betcha.
so for the record, nobody told me about the sweater part.
I
should have guessed.
I almost forgot.
I mean, it
until
is Christmas,
today.
right? I shoulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda guessed. Instead, what do you get? Same old Cliff.
This was a last minute remember that I had to, that it was Christmas, so I threw it on. You're wearing your Darth Vader.
Yeah, we got them last year. I got a couple of Star Wars ones last year.
Nice.
This is
Hello, William.
I like it. Yes.
Sir William?
3,500 points towards your Christmas gifts, William.
There we go.
Whatever those might
Darth Vader.
Vader.
be. Yeah.
I like what's his name? The original emperor. He had that vileness about him. You know when he said Lord Vader.
Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah.
Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah. He
God
had that.
love him.
He had that really sort of evil. He had that so captured when he said, you know, especially when he looks at, he goes, Lord Vader, are your feelings clear in this matter?
I love it.
Hello there, Nicole.
I love it.
Leslie Ann is
I love
here.
it.
So 2,500 for Nicole, 1,500 for Leslie Ann.
Leslie
Leslie Ann,
Ann.
you can put that 1,500 towards your hydration.
Towards your hydration.
How long you been waiting to say that, Bill?
Oh, like
Bill, this is not scripted, Bill. Put your script away, Bill. Come on. Jeez.
yeah.
Okay, Leslie Ann, for the record, and I should qualify this. Please don't do anything about this. But for the record, you will notice that there are two Christmas sweaters to my right and no Christmas sweaters right here.
Leslie Ann,
She's so
I am
thirsty.
so thirsty. I love
You
it.
left her home alone and
I
she's
love
thirsty and dehydrated.
She must be eating pretzels.
Those pretzels are making you thirsty.
He must be eating pretzels.
Well, hey, I have.
Okay, what have we got, Bill?
So this was given to me, and it's made by Wild Rose Brewery.
I've heard of them.
It's called Big Hood Alberta Craft Lager.
So no, not hood. Hoodoo.
Hoodoo, sorry.
Big Hoodoo.
Say hood. Oh,
Wild
Hoodoo.
Rose.
That's the hoodoos.
Why am I thinking they're out of Red Deer? I'm probably wrong.
So,
Sounds
Calgary.
Sounds like a Paul Simon. Who do you think you're fooling?
so we have to, it is a Christmas show. So
Hang on.
You got to crack that open.
Cheers, Evu.
Hang on.
There we go. Leslie Ann, you still thirsty?
He's still thirsty. Cheers.
Cheers.
Boys, I hope you don't mind. Mine's almost gone.
Harry, Merry Christmas. Dead air while we chug.
Yeah, that's the whole show.
We're done.
It's not bad. It's light, hey?
Who
like beer,
do
like,
you
isn't it?
think
Like beer.
you're fooling? I'm just a
Like beer.
consecrated boy. Yeah.
Brand with
Wild Rose Breweries, Nicole says, is from Calgary.
From Calgary,
Wassaberry.
Wassaberry Ale.
Wassaberry Ale. is pretty good.
Wassaberry Ale.
Waspberry.
Okay, but does it contain actual wasps?
Oh, that could sting you.
Is there a waspberry? Is there such thing as waspberries?
I don't
I have
know.
no idea.
Waspberry.
I have.
Well,
Okay,
waspberry
but
with
there's
H?
certain things that's wasp though. Like if you get
Waspberries.
like figs in the country in which they're grown, you can get wasps that actually crawl in there and lay their eggs.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they're called they're called something. They're like a very tiny wasp,
Oh.
and they actually go right into the fig, into the what do you call it? Maybe the heart of the seed. I can't remember if it's actually there or not, but nonetheless, and they hatch inside the fig,
Oh.
and then you get to eat those. It's awesome.
Leslie Ann, as you can
You
see,
first.
because
I
this
love
is
figs.
this is a show and it's an hour long, I'm nursing this one right now. Because
Leslie's not familiar with that term.
that means drinking it slowly, Leslie Ann. Slowly.
Slowly.
Manual labor still helps us out here, and then Nicole.
Oh, I
is
thought maybe
trying to
manual
start
labor got
to-
automated.
They're probably AI
Yeah.
labor now.
Yeah. Oh, it's a play on wasp berries.
There you
So
go.
it's Elmer Fuddberries is what it is.
That's what it
Wasp
sounds.
berries.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
So, anyway, how was your guys' week since last? Actually 2 weeks because we weren't on last week because
I wonder why we weren't on
Somebody-
last week, Mr.
somebody
Vegas.
had to go away.
Mr. Vegas.
Yes, Vegas.
Status quo. Nothing new with me.
Nothing new with you.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, with the different amounts of alcohol in each of these, it's got a much nicer sound.
And for the next 55 minutes, we'll be listening to Cliff.
Please welcome the Blue Man Group.
Right then, moving along.
Cliff is playing his cans.
Moving along.
Yeah. So.
Nothing new.
Nothing
Kids
new
have been
for-
sick. My kids have
Oh,
been
that's
sick.
not good.
Yeah, I know it was a really rough weekend. It was a rough week last week.
Yeah.
Kids have been sick. What's new? I emceed my daughter's Christmas social, like a dance thing. It was kind of fun.
Nice.
That's fun. Did it last year. Did it this year.
Anyways,
Last year I was. What was I? DJ Twinkle Toes.
nice.
This year I was DJ Christmas Cookies. Yes. That was a lot of fun. No, honest to gosh, you guys, nothing new. Hockey, Cliff, Bill, you know.
Saturday.
Hockey.
Sorry about that.
Hockey.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Well, it's
Hockey.
that time of year for sure.
So, but yeah, no, kids have been sick. I'm not sick, which is good.
Cool. And Bill, you were away in the metropolis.
Uh,
Oh, Vegas.
I was in Las Vegas. I was there for a conference. Yeah, good time.
Cool. And just to continue my normal comment when it comes to Vegas, it's a good thing you didn't happen there. Well,
yeah.
because what happens in Vegas stays in
It
Vegas.
stays
So
in Vegas.
I'm very happy you never happened.
Did you gamble?
No, I did not.
Like not a nickel,
no.
not nothing?
I played last time we were there. We played the slot machines,
Mm.
but this time, no, I actually did not. And just maybe I don't know, maybe it's more so time. Got in on the Saturday, and then Sunday was our first show day. Then we had one of our manufacturers put on a big party on the Sunday night, so they had booked a nightclub called the Atomic, which is a really cool nightclub in the Venetian.
Oh, nice.
And it's actually they actually put on an adult comedy show there, burlesque show, but a burlesque show, but they didn't do that. They had some of the characters coming out and doing these comedy routines. They had
Cool.
these nuns coming out, and they had this cowboy and all this
Burlesque nuns.
stuff. And it was quite
Nice.
funny, actually. It was very funny. So that was really neat. And then Monday night, we had an event that our company put on for Canadians there, so that was fun as well. And showtime during the day, and Tuesday night I flew home and got home early Wednesday morning, like 1:30 in the
Oh,
morning.
so you've been full on.
Quite
though.
the little whirlwind trip, eh?
It was quick, and it was very busy. Leslie Ann, like the twinkling lights on your sweater, Bill. I have a sweater dressed with lights. Nice. Does your sweater show what mine shows?
Leslie Ann, does your sweater have an ass? I'm just asking.
Yeah. There we go. So anyway, that was.
Cliff, you ever been to Vegas? You ever been to Vegas?
I've been there so many times.
I was a kid.
Yeah?
I think I was in grade 12. 12 was the last time I was there. I've been there
Nice.
twice. 12 was the last time I was there. 12 years old, I should say.
I have been there a ton of times, but this is the first time I've ever been there in December when there's Christmas stuff up.
Cool.
Well, Michael
Hi, Mike.
Waterhouse. I haven't talked
Wow.
to you in years, my
Yeah.
brother.
I haven't heard from you in a long time, Mike.
So
Good you're
nice.
with us.
Mike's, you know Mike? I know Mike. You know Mike?
Yeah, good time. Yeah, a long time since talked with Mike, and it's good that you're here with us tonight for sure.
Michael, so nice to see you. Great to have worked with you. What, 6 years ago? 5 years ago? Long time ago.
So having said all of that, so Vegas is done, and then actually just found out last week that I am going to Barcelona in February.
Oh, seriously?
Is that near Pinoca?
Apparently,
Really?
Yeah.
Are you really?
yes,
are you
we
really
are.
going to
Yeah,
Spain?
we're going to Spain, and for our company's taking our whole team down.
Wow.
They have a big conference called ISE.
Hmm.
So I go to that one in June every year, which is called Infocom, which is a big
Infocom.
technical conference. So ISE is the European version of it, but it's even bigger.
Oh, okay.
And so we're all going this year. So heading down. So actually, Chai and I are leaving early. We're going to Paris
Nice.
for a few days, and then into Spain. We're gonna do
Wow.
Paris Disney, because we're Disney
Disney people,
nerds.
yeah.
So we're going to go to Paris Disney and then into Spain and spend time. We're actually not staying in Spain. We're staying in a place, and I hope I pronounce this correctly. It's called Sitges. So it's a beach town. It's like a monorail ride to Barcelona from this beach town. It's about a 30-minute ride, I guess. So that's where we're staying.
February, how long? How many days?
Well, we're leaving January 26th, and we'll be back February 10th,
Nice.
I think.
Oh,
So
that's 2
basically-
weeks. Nice.
So
Good
basically,
for
we're
you,
going to Paris, then we're going to Spain for the conference, which is like the 3rd to the 8th. And most people are going home on the 8th. We're going to go back to Paris and spend a couple more days and
Good
then
for
fly
you.
out of Paris back home.
Oh, nice. That's a hell of a trip. Hey,
So-
it's awesome.
Good for you. I'm thrilled.
And now you're
That's
gonna have to
good
brush
for
up on your French and your Spanish.
Google Translator. That's what that phone is
Voulez-vous.
for.
you. Do you voulez-vous? You don't voulez-vous, do you?
No, I don't.
You do not voulez-vous.
Voulez-vous.
So that'll be fun. But anyway, so we just booked our trip last night, actually.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool,
nice,
cool,
nice,
cool.
Nice.
And what you've been doing for the past 2 weeks?
Well, I wasn't in Spain, that's for sure.
Nor will we be for the foreseeable future. That's true.
Yeah, the alien Spain falls mainly on the
Mainly
rain or
on
something like
the
that.
plane.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a hell of a trip. You're gonna have to learn to say, not like the English say Barcelona. You're gonna have to learn to say Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, huh? Yeah.
We will try that. Hey, by the way, Leslie says, no, she has just lights. That's why they call them ugly Christmas sweaters. So not quite as detailed as mine.
Not quite
I keep
as
putting my
detailed.
hand there.
Hand.
He's putting his ass on Santa's ass.
Get your hand off of your ass.
Get your hands off Santa's ass.
Yeah, Shaw TV is right, Mike. You got it. Nicole, Paris sounds amazing. Leslie Ann, Duolingo is a good brush up too. Yeah, for sure. By the way, Leslie Ann, you're still bearded here. You're still,
Hey,
still bearded.
So do me a favor, because I speak French. When you're in Gay Paris, text me and just say, "Hey, Paul, how do you say this?" I would be thrilled. I'd be all over it. I will totally give you the wrong translation, but I'd be thrilled. I think it'd be great.
So when somebody thinks then that I'm swearing at them and calling them all sorts of names because you gave me the wrong translation.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah,
Yeah, and they want to take me out. Then
That's right.
Yeah.
Parlez-vous français? Je ne comprends
pretty-
pas le français.
I'm assuming a pretty quiet time of year for you work-wise.
It's
Am I
getting
right?
there. It's
Or is
getting
it
there.
still
It's
getting
been
hanging
Quiet
out?
or getting busy?
no
Getting
getting quiet. It's gotten quiet, but I mean, there's always business development, right? So always the final things, a little push before the Christmas, the Christmas break, so that you have less to do when you come back in January, right? This year's a little tougher than last year. Last year I was just kicking it by this time.
Yeah.
This year it seems to be a little bit different, which is hey, that's the ups and downs of the business world. Is sort of a normal thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's almost over, right? 20th or whatever, whatever this Friday is.
Do you have time off? Do you have time off?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. But I mean, I'll be.
You're probably following the school.
Yeah. But I mean, I always got
Curriculum.
work to do, right?
Yeah,
It's the
well,
kind of
yeah,
it's the
work,
kind of
yeah.
job that never ends,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
like Bill knows. I mean, it's the kind of job that never ends. You always have email. You always have phone. That's the one thing, right? I mean, in bygone days, excuse me, no cell phone, no laptops. When you left work, you left work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not like that anymore, right?
Yeah.
So for good or
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
being constantly connected, there's a downside and there's an upside and there's a downside, right? That's the way life is.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
true.
my last day is Thursday this week, and then I don't go back till right after New Year's.
New Year's, yeah,
Mm.
cool. And will you have any sort of tidbits of work to do during, or
Oh,
you pretty
probably.
much just shut things down,
Well, because I work from home,
right?
so I'll monitor email.
Yeah, so same as me, right? Never really ends per se, right?
Yeah, but it'll be slower for sure.
Oh yeah, slower, and then you get to
Yeah.
catch up on maybe some project stuff. I mean, I got expense reports I haven't done since the beginning of September.
Yeah.
You know, it just
Catch up.
Well, yeah, because I mean, everything
That's
else
what
is
it is.
priority, right?
That's what it is.
You know, I mean, expense reports, for instance, it's very low on the priority because it's not like I'm not going to get the money back. I'm going to get the money back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the time taken away to do it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's other things like, you know, the other things, you know, little details you can work
Yeah.
out. You can do all this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not busy and concentrate on it. So I
You
can
can dot those I's and cross those T's.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
what I'd like to do, hopefully, is, you know, get a little bit of a break when the work week ends, do the Christmas thing,
Mhm.
and then Boxing Day, you know, you start kind of do a little bit of work, and then the weekend before I go back, I like
Yeah.
to kind of take that off as a like take it off completely.
Just to
Just to-
retool and
and
get-
sort of
yeah.
and then go, then Monday morning comes and you come out firing, right? So
Mike's asking if we have any productions. So I don't have anything film wise or anything right now, Mike. Yes, Cliff does actually play the drums, and we.
Yes, I am this handsome.
So nothing other than the Ravenwood Music Festival, which and the Ravenwood Music Club. So we have a show this upcoming Friday evening, by the way, at Salisbury Greenhouse. Doors open 6:30. Show at 7. There's still a few tickets available.
and Mr. Benjamin.
With Benjamin Williams, but then we have our outdoor festival as well, which I was actually, before these gentlemen came tonight, I was busy doing up contracts for different artists. So hopefully we'll be making some announcements in the next few days.
Oh, cool.
Can't say anything yet, but hopefully we'll have some announcements in the next few days. Thanks for that. Oilers are now winning 4-2, Mike says.
Mike, keep us posted, please.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for that.
And Nicole says, just be careful when you speak French. Many Parisians aren't happy with the Quebecois French.
Ah.
Yes. And I actually heard that. My wife, Chai, was speaking to her brother last night, who's been to France many times. 'Cause he was working. Well, actually, he's retiring at the end of this year, but he's been at EA Sports for many years in their top management team. So he travels all over the world because he's producing FIFA. So
Okay.
Wow,
FIFA
cool.
game. But anyway, so he was saying he loves Paris, but that the Parisians are very rude. So out of all the places he's gone to, they're probably the most rudest people he's ever encountered.
Yeah, I've heard that from the French and the Italians as well.
What's funny though is that some
I've
people
heard-
say Quebec people are rude though. I've not personally encountered that.
Yes,
I don't know.
I've heard that too. I've
Yeah.
been to Quebec.
Yeah.
Again, I was a kid, so I'm not going to comment either.
Yeah,
way.
I
don't remember us. I don't remember anybody allowing us to feel out of place.
And
when we were in Quebec.
I've never experienced it personally, but I've had people say that. Right
Yeah.
now, people say
Yeah.
a lot of shit, right?
Yeah,
But the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is,
Yeah.
so if Canadian people think the Parisians are rude,
They probably
and some
think we're
Canadian people think
Yeah.
Parisian
Yeah.
Quebecers are rude, what on earth are they saying about Alberta?
I'm sure.
that's the truth. That's the truth. And after today, what are they saying about Ontario or about Ottawa? Anyway, you
About
read,
Ottawa, yeah.
did you listen to
Never
that? Oh,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to get
Yeah.
into that.
Well, I tell you
Yeah.
what, frankly,
That's
let's just get this out in the open. Of the three of us, I'm the only redneck here. You want to see? Like literally the only redneck here. All right.
Cliff, are you forgetting your neighbor back home in MJ?
Mr. Serge. Oh yeah, he was a prick. Never mind. I have met a Quebecan that was a prick, but that's just him. That's not.
Serge.
I have met people from Quebec in my
Serge.
time in the AV industry, and I've never had an.
Yeah, well, I've met people from Saskatchewan that are pricks too. It doesn't matter. I mean, bottom line is there are pricks everywhere. And this Serge dude, let's say I totally forgot about that guy. He was a piece of work, let me tell you.
And Leslie Ann.
How did you meet him? Sorry to interrupt.
We were renting the middle floor of a house. One of our first rentals.
Where were you
This is in
here?
Saskatchewan. No.
Okay, Saskatchewan. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we were renting the
okay.
middle floor
So Anglophone
of this house. Yeah.
community. Okay.
And he was upstairs. And the moment you made any kind of a noise, like we're talking the tiniest bit of a noise, he come running down. I'm trying to sleep and blah, 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 blah. And if I was a little bit older and a little bit wiser, I'd have told him to,
And a little bit taller.
no, that wouldn't have mattered.
I'm kidding.
That wouldn't have mattered. I would have told him where to go.
So you wouldn't
But
play your cans.
But I was but I was a little bit too young.
Yeah.
And of course naive and took the abuse, quote unquote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing. I hope not so well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, he was quite the prick, yeah.
So I dealt with Quebecois for the better part of a decade through being, French immersion school. So I had Quebecois teachers and Quebecois, outdoor instructors and this, that, and the other thing. I never necessarily had a issue with them. But the point is taken, and yeah.
I don't think you can generalize any particular
You can't.
people.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
And what do you do? Generalize Albertans as rednecks? Again, 2 out of 3. I'm the only one that's redneck right here. It's 1 out of 3. So I don't think you can, but I have heard that. But I have heard that about, about Quebecers. I have heard that about Paris, but I've also heard that about Alberta. Right? Alberta being redneck, right? So.
So you got your first drum set, and Serge was a bit of a challenge. Leslie Ann says.
I spent 15 minutes on a drum set once, and that was the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He he had something to say about that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
He didn't seem
Africa.
to mind you playing guitar
That's right.
and singing, though.
There you go. Where are we here? I love black people. There seems to be a gentleman on here that loves black people. Hi.
Mhm.
I love black people too. And white ones.
We
and,
all do.
and pink
Mhm.
ones and
We all
brown
do.
ones. And
We all
you know, it's
do.
funny. I think I told these guys the old joke, right? Do you like people? Well, I do, but I mean, I can't eat a whole one. Hello, I love black
Yeah.
people. How are you?
So,
Welcome.
Welcome.
question then, I guess, to all of our viewers here tonight. We're not that far from Christmas. We probably ask this each year when we're
Are we
discussing
talking
Christmas.
distance or?
Yes.
Oh, you're not time.
And what's everybody doing for Christmas this year? Anything different than you've done in the past? You know, are you eating the same kind of food this year? Or are you changing it up? You know, what's happening over Christmas this year?
Yeah, it's good. That's a good question. Do you have any particular traditions that you go through with your family?
Or
that
maybe, like you said, maybe you're going to change them this year. Maybe you're going to do something
maybe
different.
gonna
And
change
it's
that.
funny that you say that, actually, Bill, because you just kind of sparked something with me. Do you enjoy the tradition year over year, or do you like to change the tradition of Christmas year over year? I don't like changing tradition. I like the fact that I'm with my 3 kids at my mom and dad's house every Christmas Eve, and we've been doing it for the better part of a decade. I don't want to change.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So are you the type of people who need change year over year, or I quite
Well,
like doing
okay,
the
hold
same
on.
thing. I like doing the same thing.
Hold the
phone.
Hold the turkey here.
Hold the turkey.
It is a Christmas show.
It wouldn't be a tradition if you changed it every
I
year.
guess then you couldn't call it tradition. You couldn't call it tradition.
Unless your tradition is
exactly right.
tradition is to change your festivities each and every year. Well, that's the tradition too, I guess.
Nicole hosting Christmas Eve with my dad and William's kids. Christmas Day with my mom, bro, and nieces.
Yes.
Leslie Ann.
Sounds
Everyone
good.
makes an effort to ensure I stay hydrated. That's my favorite tradition.
That's the only tradition you need.
Les
my
Ann's
friend.
favorite festive tradition is to stay hydrated.
Well,
and believe me, all the people around her, comply,
Uh,
and we look after her.
it's good to take care of her for sure.
Is
That's
there a
it.
type of item? Is there a type of item that is tradition for you? I.e., Christmas tree. You need a Christmas tree, or you need, this, that, and the other thing. I'm not talking presents, but a Christmas tree. Is there an item? So, for example, I'll give you an example. I made a point through, I think this is probably 3-4 years ago, recognizing that my dad was getting older, and this, that, and the other thing, that I wanted to specifically have a glass of sherry with him every Christmas Eve.
Nice.
Every Christmas Eve. And I will not drop it. It's only a 4.
Don't drop it.
I think it's a 3-year tradition now. And I won't stop that tradition. It's got to be sherry.
Nice.
It can't be anything else. It's got to be EJ sherry, EJ sherry, because that's tradition. Is there anybody else that has that sort of?
I was starting a
I think
tradition.
that's important.
I was starting a tradition with my brother, because him and I both like Ballantine Scotch. It's a nice medium. It's a nice mid-level single malt Scotch. I really like Ballantine, and I was starting that with my brother. It was funny because it lasted maybe 3, 4, 5 years or so before he passed on.
Before he passed.
But that was a tradition that started. And then I don't know. I think we kept it going for a while and moved it to New Year's because that was a commemoration of my brother. Moved it to New Year's for a while, and then life gets busy, and we started spending because we spent New Year's with his family for probably a good 6 years after. So we kind of kept it to that, and then Leslie and I would have some Valentine Scotch and whatnot. So that was interesting. I like the idea of that, Paul. I think that's a cool thing, especially if you have like a particular drink that your father likes, because long gone after he's gone, you're going to be drinking that. You're going to be sitting down on a Christmas
that's your
Eve,
memory.
Spark.
and you're
There's
going
the
to,
memory.
and the moment you smell it, and the moment you taste it, because let's face it, the olfactory glands are one of the. I think the general consensus of science is that the olfactory senses are the highest memory trigger.
Number one.
Number one memory
Number
trigger. Is
one.
that right? Right.
Number one.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, when you sit down on a Christmas Eve, many years from now, and your kids are older, and maybe they have their kids over, and you grab that drink and you have a sniff, that'll take you right back. So I think that's a great tradition. I think everybody should have a tradition like that, be it eggnog or mulled wine. We did mulled wine, Leslie Ann, at your mom and dad's place a couple of years ago, didn't we? That was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to actually make the mulled wine.
I've had mulled. I've never made it. But I have had mulled.
It's delish.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It's to say it's boiling a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much with the wine.
Cloves.
Yeah. And it's not really my drink. I wouldn't drink too many cups of it. But if it became a tradition, that's something that's so aromatic that what I'm saying about the Scotch, or what I'm saying about the port, or what I'm saying about the sherry holds.
Yeah.
Right. Because the olfactory senses obviously are the old factory.
Leslie Ann says you have a special drink of Scotch to toast his passing. That's cool.
Love it.
And Mike Waterhouse says, I watch Elf with my two daughters every year. That's his tradition.
Nice.
100%.
Yeah, that's cool.
100%. Guys, bring on the traditions. I want to hear your traditions. I love this stuff.
Speaking of wine, we did that wine tasting earlier this week.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was good.
We went to Bar Estates Wine.
Bar Estate wine. Yeah.
And
just outside. Just
the Honky Tonk Bar
The
Association.
So they Rick Barr, who owns it, he and his wife invited us to come out because they want to be part of the Ravenwood Music Festival and their music club as well, actually. So we went out to do a wine tasting. So the interesting part of it is their wines are made with no grapes, only fruit.
It's a rather fruity wine.
We tried, what was it, a rhubarb? A raspberry?
A rhubarb strawberry. A raspberry.
And a sour cherry.
And a sour cherry port. Not really a wine,
Yes,
more of a
port.
port.
You had a port?
Yes.
Lucky son of
It was
a
really
gun.
good. It was really good. It was a sour cherry port. And I think the beginning, the first one, which is the white rhubarb. So it's a white rhubarb, which is interesting. I thought it would be red.
Yeah.
But it's a white rhubarb. And then, of course, the very heavy red, beautiful, quite succulent, actually, port.
Yes.
The sour cherry
was really
port.
good.
So it's
That was tasty.
And just on that, you're going to Spain. If you ever hop over to Portugal, buy me a bottle of port. I'll pay you back. I will pay you back. I'm a port guy.
Port guy.
Love it. I love
Leslie Ann
it.
says, I've always wanted to get out to their vineyard. Are you talking about Bar, Leslie Ann? Yeah, you should. And in the summertime, they have. What's interesting about them is that they broke ground about 5-6 years ago. There was nothing on the land.
Fruit,
There was nothing on the land as far as fruit goes, and then they basically started the growing, and then in view of future of wine, so they started growing raspberries and the jewel cherries, the etc. Yeah, and it was really good. And rhubarb wine. Oh, let's say rhubarb wine, folks used to make was
Rosé.
Oh, her folks used to make rhubarb wine, which is rosé. And that's why, Leslie, I was surprised that this was white wine, and it's got a very nice tartness to it. It's not too sweet.
It was good.
The rhubarb strawberry had a really nice aroma.
It did.
Like a really nice aroma, but I think I like the strawberry I like the rhubarb better, and the port was delicious.
I probably agree with you. I did like the rhubarb better. I actually bought a bottle of it and brought it home.
Oh, cool.
But it's really good. Hey, Mike, gotta go. Hey, it was good seeing you as well, and we'll chat again. You betcha.
Merry Christmas, Mike.
Yeah,
Good to see you, Mike. It's been a long time.
Nice to meet you virtually.
But anyway, so no, that was a great wine. And Chai, who is not a big wine drinker, she's just sometimes she finds
what's her poison of choice?
She just likes her things like hard Mike lemonade and that kind of stuff. But anyway, so she loved this wine.
Yeah,
she drank. She says she sometimes does not like the aftertaste. That's what the issue is.
Yeah, I know. We know she loved it
aftertaste.
because she came out staggering, just like all over the
her samples.
Drive home.
Other than she couldn't drink the cherry one because of allergy, but the other three, those samples were gone within minutes.
Yeah, minutes. Yeah.
But anyway, no. It was kind of we sat in there where they brew it. So that's where we did the wine.
Yeah, where the vats are. Yeah,
where the vats are. So it was cool. It was.
Is it a big place? Because it's so funny. Because I've heard about it for years and years and years. Coming to your house, you pass the sign I've been passing it every single week for the better part of 6 years, but I've never been. Like, is it a big place? Is it?
It's an older. It's an older place that they bought, and so it's not like a big fancy vineyard that you might see. in BC or wherever. Interestingly enough, as they told us, they were both involved in the sciences before they turned their careers into making wine.
Yeah. Wow, cool.
Leslie Ann says apparently you didn't bring her any to keep her hydrated.
That's on you. You didn't bring any home though to keep me hydrated.
Well, I brought some home, Leslie Ann. You're welcome to come over here at some point over Christmas, and we'll hydrate you.
And hydrate you.
Yeah.
And so that's some of the traditions we asked for. That was Nicole who said she's always wanted to go to the winery. I'm sorry, I thought that was Leslie Ann who said that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Nicole that said that we want to go to the refinery.
Yeah.
That's cool. And Leslie Ann says we made calculus on New Year's Eve when the children, niece and nephews, were little. Okay, I think what she means not calculus. So calculus would have been
I was
fun.
going to say, wait a second.
No, we used to
That
have
would
this.
not have been fun. Not even a little bit would that have been fun.
We used to have a tradition that I actually brought from the old country with my mom. And we used to have a tradition where we used to make this thing. I don't know what the actual thing is called, but we used to call them culculls, culls, culculls. And basically all they are is a kind of a dough, a cookie dough mix.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty basic, I think. And anyway, but instead of making cookies, what we did was we take forks and you take the you take the dough and you press them on the fork and then you roll it up.
Okay.
So it looks like a little tiny roly-poly rolled thing.
Okay.
And you deep fry it.
Ooh.
And if you deep fry it in ghee, which is clarified butter,
Right.
oh my bloody goodness.
Good.
It is like seriously amazing. And you can't stop eating it.
Wow.
Because first of all, it's obviously a sweet dough, like a cookie dough type thing.
Yeah.
But then it would have like hints of nutmeg and clove.
Oh.
So it's a little Christmassy.
Oh.
And then of course, and cinnamon as well. And then of course you deep fry it in ghee and then you pull it out and sprinkle sugar on it.
Yeah.
Game over.
And you
Game
eat your
over.
face off.
Wow.
You know?
I think I mentally just gained about
I know,
15 pounds.
just thinking about it, right?
I know.
Hello to you is Amy as well.
Oh, this is Amy. Hello,
Happy
Amy.
holidays to you.
And just going back up to the comments here. Lesson says rhubarb wine. Yeah, my folks used to make was a rosé. Exactly, good wine too.
And by the way, William also said he likes watching White Christmas with Bing Crosby.
With Bing Crosby and
Love
Danny Kaye. Great movie, man. Great movie.
And,
my mom, William,
Never seen it.
my mom used to watch that movie. She loved that movie. She loved Bing Crosby's voice, of course. And Danny Kaye. Come on, Danny Kaye. If you can't like Danny Kaye, check your pulse. There's something wrong. You're probably dead, right?
And speaking of checking your pulse, look at the clock.
Holy jack, fat man. Okay, so drinks up, you guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the middle of the podcast. Cheers. And on top of that,
Cheers.
I'll tell you this now. The three of us wish you the very merriest of Christmases this year and the happiest of years in 2025. And we wish you prosperousness and we wish you kindness and we wish you many, many blessings in the years to come. But it all starts with a happy Christmas, and we certainly wish you that.
Yes, you got it.
What
From
he
us.
said.
Exactly what he said. Let me fix my sweater.
My can has a hole in it.
I know.
Oh,
So can you go up and read? What did we miss? Did we miss anything?
I'm not sure. I think we kind of got
Oh, kind of good.
Amy, what does your beautiful little girl ask for from Santa Claus this year? That's what I'm curious. Hey, Christmas is all about the kids. I want to know what
All
is
about
your
the kids.
beautiful little girl
and because this
ask for. And did she get a chance to see Santa this year? I'm curious.
and because this is our Christmas show, Amy, we're not getting after you that you showed up a half an hour late.
Yeah, I know. It's about time you showed up. It's what I
So,
tell everybody, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna leave that out that you were half an hour.
That just puts you on the naughty list. I'm just saying.
One of the
Just
things
saying.
we're doing this Christmas, our neighbors always come over, but we've changed up. So this year we're having just them coming over,
Mhm.
and Becca, my grandson's going over to babysit because they're coming over to play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh,
with us.
jeez. You know, I've played it
So-
one time about 30. Well, not that long ago, but
Yeah,
15 years
yeah.
ago. Never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it a couple of times. It's really kind of not my gig, but it's fun. No doubt about it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. So our neighbor said he's looking forward to coming over and then stumbling back home down the walk.
Down the wall.
Because he can.
Because he can.
Because he can.
He doesn't have to drive.
Doesn't have to drive. That's
he
right.
and- he and his wife are coming over.
Yeah.
Amy says the naughty list is fine. Are you on the naughty list, Amy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Amy, different naughty list.
Naughty
Amy.
and nice. Hey, listen,
Amy,
naughty,
different
nice, naughty,
list,
nice.
Amy.
And Leslie says she's all caught up. My glasses are refilled now.
Wow, you must have been really dehydrated. So when you say your glass is refilled, how many glasses have you already had, Leslie Ann?
Better you than me. Mine's empty.
Yeah, because like I have said before, there's a difference between taking your time and taking a shot.
That's right. And and what did Amy say? Hello, 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 my festive looking friends. Okay,
Yes.
I take umbrage with that. I take not offense, but umbrage. Okay. So I don't know what
It's a
umbrage
blue
is.
Christmas.
Have you ever had an umbrage before?
No,
Because I've
Is
taken
that like a
umbrage.
bagel?
I've taken umbrage, but I've never saved an umbrage.
I thought it was like a bagel or something.
Because you will notice a Star Trekkie. Was that Star Wars? No.
Oh, dude,
Star Wars.
really?
A
Really?
Star Wars.
Really? Did you just say that? Did you really just say that to me?
Sorry.
Did you really just say that to me? Come on.
Okay, a Star Wars
That's a great looking
Christmas
Spock.
jobby.
Come on.
And then we have Bill. We have Bill with his lit up sweater and Santa's ass. Okay, and on top of all of that, there's a double entendre going on there with
That's
chestnuts
funny as
roasting.
hell with that. That is funny as hell. That sweater's got a funny story.
But you will notice that yours truly, okay, look at this. No Christmassy stuff at all.
he missed the memo.
I missed the memo. Either that or it's a redneck thing.
That's
Right? I don't know.
It's a redneck. Leslie Ann says just one bill on my second.
Oh, my
Oh,
second.
oh
Well, look
boy.
at that.
What are you drinking, Leslie
Not
Ann,
quite
to hydrate?
whiskey. She's probably drinking
Are you
whiskey.
drinking whiskey?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Hydrating yourself with whiskey.
Amy said my kids did see Santa and asked him for a Spider-Man, dinosaur, and Paw Patrol.
Paul, hey, I gotta tell you this. So okay. So over the weekend,
You got Paw Patrol?
yeah. So here's the deal. So
I
over,
can talk Paw Patrol, baby.
so over the weekend, my goddaughter Julia,
Mhm.
we had a birthday party for her at the Leduc Rec Center. Where everybody went swimming,
Mhm.
and then we all went at McDonald's. There was a whole jing bang lot of us, like 20 people,
Wow.
Nice.
to celebrate
Nice.
this little 2-year-old who just turned terrible.
Wow.
So she just turned terrible. She just turned terrible.
Terrible
She's,
news.
she's cute as God. She's so freaking
on
cute.
social media, man, your kids are adorable.
Adorable.
Absolutely adorable.
So anyway, so we had this is Jeremy and Andrew's kid.
Yep.
So Julia, so we had the pool and then the McDonald's,
Yep.
and then we went out to St. Albert to my nephew.
You went from Leduc to
Yeah,
St. Albert?
and then my nephew, his son turns
Mhm.
3,
Mhm.
Asher. It was his birthday
Mhm.
the day before.
Wow.
So Leslie Ann bought him these big gloves, gloves that are
Right.
Paw
paws.
Patrol gloves. Sure.
Paw
Yeah.
Patrol
I
gloves.
know what you're talking about.
And so he puts them on. He just got up from his nap and he puts them on. He has no idea what the hell do I want these gloves, right?
Yeah.
And then the gloves start talking, right? So, oh my God,
Game on.
game on. He loved those things. And then his sister, who's 5 or 6, I don't know how old she is, she walks around and goes, okay, deal, Asher, okay, Asher, you can't hit mommy and me, but you can get daddy, okay?
Game
so
on.
then this little boy's, and he's a cute little boy. He's got this massive hair, curled hair, and he walks up and he grabs his dad, and of course the Paw Patrol stuff goes.
Of course.
So Leslie Ann hit an absolute home run with these toys, all for these kids. I
Nice.
never picked any of them. She picked all of them,
It's awesome.
and she had Paw Patrol. She got some fresh pearls for the kid, for the girl, and then I can't remember what she got for Julia, but it's funny.
I talk a mean Paw Patrol game, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Nice.
Mhm.
Leslie Ann said there's no wine and no beer, so what's a gal got to do?
The whiskey, must be the whiskey. Okay, good.
Guess you're making a stop on the
I
way
guess I'm
home.
making a stop if I want any whiskey.
And Amy says, haha, hard liquor is the way to go. That's what I'm sipping on.
Oh, now the truth comes out. What are you sipping on, Amy?
Keep sipping, we get funnier.
What? Yeah, exactly. The more you sip, the funnier we get.
Yeah, we're awesome after you have a
That's
few
it.
sips.
And we even get better looking.
Why
So,
do you do an encore?
which is difficult for us
That's
to
a
get better
lot
looking.
of alcohol.
We might even do an encore.
It's difficult for us to get better looking, but nonetheless, if you drink more, we get better looking.
Yeah.
So Amy says hard liquor's the way to go. That's what she said. Well, what are you sipping on, Amy?
we get better looking and we get taller as well.
Taller, Bill.
Yes.
Taller, my
Taller.
friend.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, that's good. Any other traditions? I know if we go up, White Christmas was the tradition. I can't remember what Nicole said. Did Nicole say she does something?
Nicole, are you
I can't
still with
remember.
us? You
Is your Christmas like tradition filled? Like as a tradition,
No.
Phil, I must do this, and then I must do this, and then I must read "Twas the Night Before Christmas"
Nope.
before I go to bed.
Oh!
And then I must get up
Hey.
at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I must have,
Yeah.
and then I
Nope.
must open my stocking first, and then the Christmas.
Nope.
No, not at all. Hey,
I
Not at
forgot about one Christmas tradition lesson I had, and that's to watch my favorite Christmas movie of all time
Die
is
Hard.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go.
I just thought I'd throw that.
Don't
in
get me
there.
wrong, I like Die Hard as a Christmas movie. I think it is a Christmas movie, if the truth be told. But A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens is A Christmas
Which
Carol.
one? Which one?
Which version?
1951, Alistair Sims. It doesn't. Any other version is not a Christmas movie. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Patrick Stewart. I don't care if it's that other dude, George Siegel, whatever his name is. I don't care who it is. If it's not Mr. Sims, Alistair Sims, I don't mind it colored. Colored is nice. They colored it nicely.
Agree.
But if it's not Alistair Sims, I'm not interested in it.
Agree.
But that's a great movie.
Agreed.
Amy's having some spiced rum. And then Leslie
Spiced
Ann
rum.
goes, she must have forgot because she says, "Oh yeah, we watch a movie."
I was just
She's
gonna
doing the
say.
tradition.
I know. I totally forgot about that, Leslie Ann. But that's a movie that we try to watch
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve, because if her and I are by ourselves, that's a tradition.
Yeah.
If we're at our parents' place, our parents tend to go to bed earlier anyway, in which case we stay up and watch it.
Yep.
So far, I think we're batting pretty much 1,000 for the last
1,000.
number of years.
1,000.
Nice.
But we
Nicole-
like that movie. That's a good movie.
Nicole, I have the same tradition as you, and I bloody well hate that tradition. I hate
Nicole.
that tradition.
Must do tradition. I don't know if it's tradition, but I seem to be up till 2 a.m. every year wrapping
Yeah.
gifts.
That bad boy. That tradition for me ended last year, and I'm continuing this. That is no. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah. We tend to watch. Now, of course, I go to say it, and the movie has slipped my mind. With
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
No, Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, Jimmy Stewart's A Wonderful Life.
It's Wonderful Life.
Life.
It's
You know what,
It's wonderful.
Bill? I love that movie.
Yep.
I really, truly love that movie. And I
Great
even played it. I even did the play. I did the radio play with the Leduc Drama Society a few years ago.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah, and of course you play a bunch of roles because there's so
Sure.
many characters.
Sure.
So we did the radio play with 5 of us or 4 of us.
Yeah.
And we did all the different voices as much
Yeah.
as possible. And
Yeah.
but we did the radio play.
Nice.
No way.
And I love that movie.
one. I love
And I
that
love Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
And that movie is so good.
The
Yeah.
Walter Dale Playhouse just did it.
Oh, nice.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that right? Eh?
Leslie Ann says, "I enjoy the other versions when you're not home." So when you're not home, she's watching the other versions.
What the? Hey, listen, that's cheating on Alistair Sims. That's not fair.
But on midnight on the 24th, you watch the
Alistair Sims version. That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, that movie is great. I like and It's a Wonderful Life. I love that movie with Jimmy Stewart in it, and I like the concept of that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I really like the concept of
Yeah.
that movie just as much as I like the concept of A Christmas
The
Carol.
plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my bucket list, just in case any producers of plays are listening, my bucket list is to play Alistair Sims' character of Ebenezer Scrooge
Is that right? Eh?
on stage, or movie, but on stage. I'd be the first brown Ebenezer, and then I can say, "So, I suppose you'll be wanting the whole day off tomorrow." Then
Yeah.
that's what it is. And then he said, "If it's quite convenient." So, but I love that character, and I love his change. I love the arc and all that sort
I'll
of
play
stuff.
Cratchit. No.
Cratchit. It's so.
But-
I know it's corny now,
Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
but in its day, it wasn't corny.
It was not corny for sure.
Well, it was relevant in its day.
Relevant,
It
that's
was
right.
really relevant.
And it was very much a Charles Dickens story, right? I
Yeah.
mean, with all of the
Yeah.
twist and David
Yeah.
Copperfield, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
The
He's a
woe is
magician,
me
isn't he?
type characters and the yeah.
David
Yeah.
Copperfield's a magician.
yeah. So let's say, and what quenches your thirst when you're watching the other versions of A Christmas Carol? That'd be a good
Since
question.
apparently you're watching them when Cliff is not home.
Apparently.
Wow. So
Apparently.
you learned something new tonight.
Every day, every podcast.
Funny this week coming up, I host trivias and I gotta do Elf Christmas.
Oh, nice.
God, I hate that friggin' movie.
Oh, do you?
Oh, Cliffy, it is the dumbest movie
I've never
ever
seen it.
seen in my
We
entire
watch
life.
it every year here.
It is the dumbest. It is.
It's a hit in our household.
Turn off your brain, dude. Turn
I've
off
never
your-
seen it.
is- it is.
It's a
It's a
I
fun
hate
Christmas.
that.
It sounds like a fun
it
Christmas
is.
movie.
It's a fun Christmas. We watch it every year here.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 times.
Yeah, I've heard other
Christmas
people.
season.
I've heard other people talk about. How old is that movie? Hold on, I'm thinking about the same one.
15
Yeah.
years old, 20 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
Will Ferrell.
Right. Well, that's okay.
Bob Newhart's his dad.
Dumb.
Right, Bob Newhart, and I tell you what,
It's a good movie. It's
Les Dan's
funny.
nephews.
Bill.
Les Dan's nephews. She's got 3 nephews, and
Yeah.
they're my nephews as well. Brad, Michael, and William. We used to watch that, so I have seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing sitting down,
Mhm.
but I have watched parts of it because they used to watch that movie. Like it's just fun. It's
It's
a
just
fun.
fun,
movie. Yeah.
fun kind of silly movie.
I guess I'm just not a Will Ferrell guy, but that
I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan
dumb.
either, but fun. The thing is, you got to sprinkle in some fun with
You know-
the serious, right?
You know the movie that I forgot, and I just saw this again last year, and it was the first year that I'd seen it in probably 10, is Scrooged, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Such a good movie, you
Oh,
guys.
never
and,
seen it.
and you forgot how good.
Yeah, that one I haven't
really
seen.
I've never
good
seen it.
movie. So good. That movie is so good. Yeah.
Wesley Ann says, Cliff and I used to be up late wrapping presents on Christmas Eve when the nieces and nephews were little, but it's our own hang up because we wanted to play with the kids' toys as long as possible before we handed them over.
Truth. We literally used to play with all the toys before we hand them over. And because we were uncle and aunt, and let me tell you, favorite uncle and aunt, we used to buy them like a smack ton of toys, let me tell you.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then we just get to play with all of them. So
Yeah. Nice. So we haven't talked really any food. Like again, are
food.
people staying with their traditional turkey this year, or are they changing it up?
Oh, wait a minute. You have the Cornish hens, right?
We have this year. We're back to turkey.
Oh, you're back to
You're back
turkey.
in
Okay.
Turkey this
Okay,
year?
Yeah, but
Is
yes,
it-
we have done Cornish game.
Yeah, Cornish game hens. Or is it Thanksgiving that you do that too?
on occasion, but we did turkey.
Turkey this year, okay.
Sometimes we alternate that, but this year
Yeah.
it's turkey.
Well, in all the families that I've been involved in, it's always been turkey.
Mhm.
So
Me too.
yeah, because Les Ann's parents, we've spent most of our Christmases with her mom and dad around, either at their place. So back in the day, everybody came to my place, but we still had the Canadian traditional
Yeah.
turkey dinner. So and that's about the only time I will actually go out of my way to eat turkey.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm not the biggest turkey
Not a big
fan.
turkey fan.
But Christmas time, I will eat, and I'll seek out dark meat.
I was just gonna say, are you white or dark?
Dark.
Yeah.
I'll seek out the white meat and eat too much stuffing.
I'm the same.
It's
I'm the
awesome.
same. Little turkey and
I love
lots of
the-
stuffing.
I love the dark meat. as
The
well.
dark meat as well.
I don't
yeah.
mind the white, but I
Yeah.
much prefer to go to the dark side.
Hey, have you guys ever deep
Got me
fried?
there. I went to
dark side.
Good,
Right.
attaboy. Thanks. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Bill.
Have you guys ever done the deep fried turkey?
I have not. I would love to.
One
to
time.
try that.
Was it good?
One time. It was at my brother's place. I remember him putting it in the garage. I can't remember how it tasted.
Yeah.
And so by saying that, I seem to remember it not tasting any better or worse than the other
Then the other no.
turkey.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Well, and one of the guys.
Sorry, guys.
One of the guys that I work with, he's actually out of Red Deer. Quite often when we're traveling, we're together. But he said he loves to barbecue and loves to smoke. He's got a smoker, so he does
Smoker.
briskets and all sorts
Mm.
of stuff. But smoked turkey.
Oh
So he
yeah.
smokes a turkey.
Yummy.
Now I've never had that either, but he says it's delicious.
It does. That's funny. Hey, my boss, the owner of the company I work for, his name is Todd. Just a stand-up guy. He's such a great guy.
Not a sit down guy.
Not a sit-down guy, standing guy.
Okay.
But he was telling me that he's the big cook in the family. Like when it comes to smoke, his wife's
He's a
good
smoker.
cook, but he's the smoker.
She's a non-smoker.
Yeah, and that's what he say. He'd do a brisket
Oh.
in the smoker,
I mean,
like 6-7 hours. But he's
Yeah.
a big
Smoked
foodie
brisket,
guy.
I mean,
Right? He's
yeah.
a big food guy, right? Always talks. He loves food. Always talks about
Mm.
food. In so it's funny because he's all kinds of things like golf, food, all these
just
wonderful
the good
things.
things in life.
Just the good
baby.
things in life, right?
Wow.
And oh man, he talked about smoking meats, and I think to myself, gee, that would be a fun thing to do, right? Smoke turkey. I don't know.
So Dwayne is a gentleman who I know from where, and he does that briskets, pork, all sorts of things. It's
Yeah.
the thing. Puts the brisket on overnight, lets it smoke, and the next day it's all ready or pulled.
Oh.
Or then, like you said, he does the turkey as well. Amy says
Oh,
it is
Amy.
so delicious in capital letters.
Yeah, that's my the boss I'm talking about, Todd. That's his daughter.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So you know then, Amy, you know the
Excuse
food
me.
he cooks. Oh my God, he talks about it. Just
Yeah.
for the record, I've never had any, What's wrong with this picture?
Hint, hint. Nudge,
Nudge, nudge,
So-
wink, wink.
I'm gonna have to come to your office some point because I want to see if he's actually standing.
Stand up. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Sorry, don't mind if I do. Delicious Christmas cookies. By the way, thank you very much, Bill and Chai.
You're very welcome.
Nice.
Leslie Ann said it was good because we could show them how to play properly. And one Christmas we caught a dud toy and were able to make a substitute and avoid a massive disappointment for the child.
Yeah.
We were unfortunately scared for life.
Scarred. You mean scarred for life. Yeah.
Scarred for life.
Yeah.
If I learned how
Yeah.
to read, then
Did you make
it would be
these?
better.
Yeah. Well,
You remember?
no. So that's the thing, though. That's why. So that was our excuse.
Yeah.
To play with all the toys, and boy, did we ever! You don't even know. Like literally, we played with every freaking toy. We're such children.
But was there a toy that you said, "Huh, I'm not sure this is as fun as I thought it was gonna
I
be"?
don't know, man. We had fun with all of them. I'm telling you.
Amy has another comment here. Dad makes such good food, especially in the summer when he uses the smoking.
Smoking the most. Yeah. He's told me about it, but for
All
the
right,
record,
well, we know whose house we're going to
Exactly.
this summer.
exactly. Yeah. And motorcycle rider,
Yeah,
golfer.
you ride my
Cook.
bike over with my golf clubs, and
I know.
I'm just going to show up. He
I
won't even know who I am.
I know.
I'm just going to show up.
You
on a
have
weekend.
For the
Paul.
weekend.
I'm gonna
And he's a car guy.
I'm
What
gonna
more do
say-
you want?
I'm going to say Cliff and Amy recommended I come here. My name's Bill. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I got my
meet you.
bike out here. My golf clubs are with me, and I heard you're a smoker.
And you heard you're a smoker.
Polish
That's-
my golf clubs. How you doing, I'm Paul? How you doing, I'm Paul?
Glad to meet
Yeah,
you.
not a bad deal, really. Really, not a bad deal.
Yeah, no, that sounds good for sure.
That's right. Well, I don't know about food because
Mm.
I know we had turkey almost on a consistent basis. Back in the day, back in the old country, we used to have children's choice. My mom was an amazing cook, and she used to have children's choice. And we used to have like different foods, right? And one is a biryani, which is a rice casserole.
Mm.
That was one of my favorite, and I'd always ask for
Sounds
it.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And so biryani or beef, which reminds me, I haven't made it in a while. I should make it because I have her recipe, obviously. But I mean,
Okay.
it's not authentic. It's not like if you go to an Indian restaurant and get biryani, it's different than what we made because everything my mom made was Anglified, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, but so her tradition, our home tradition was always the Christmas tree gets put up on Christmas Eve, and the presents go under the tree when the kids are all at church.
Mhm.
So there's no presents under the tree. We go to midnight church, come back, all the presents are there,
Right,
etc. Or go to sleep. If you didn't go to church, you go to sleep,
right,
and
Yep.
the presents are there in the morning.
Yep.
The star always has to be placed at the top
right.
by the youngest child.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Cliff.
so always
Really?
has yeah,
I love that.
yeah, the star and the youngest child being me. So all of my brothers would always, lift me up in
Oh, I love
to
that.
put the star on the tree, and that was most important because the Star of David.
Right.
Well, that's the
Christmas.
crowning. That's the crowning. Yeah.
That's Christmas. So we always put that on. So that was interesting, and then that tradition it did migrate for as long as my mom was here and everything else, and then it kind of went away a little bit.
Mhm.
But my brother and his wife, God rest his soul, but he maintained that tradition with his family. It was always
Nice.
the tree on Christmas Eve and
Mhm.
a little bit earlier and all type of jazz.
Mhm.
So just a quick question. So does Leslie lift you up now? So you
Yeah.
Come on, Cliff, put the star on. Oh, yeah.
Just make sure she's had a few.
now
first,
she
all
does.
right?
Now she does
Make
this.
sure she's had a few.
Here you go. Step in here, there,
Okay.
honey.
Leslie, this is your new tradition, Leslie Ann. This is your new tradition.
What'd she say anyway? Every child on the third Christmas automatically got the Fisher Price Speed Racer toy. That's right. Pull it and zip it across the room. That's right. And rip it across. Oh, that was a good toy, man. That was a great toy. Well, that's the one thing we did, right? Because we, again, uncle and aunt, right? Fun uncle and aunt.
Yeah.
We'd buy a toy and we'd realize, oh man, that's awesome. So then we'd buy it for the next year.
That's great.
I know. That's like an awesome toy.
I'm
And then
not
we'd,
changing a damn thing.
and then we'd buy it for the next kid and the next kid and the next
That
kid.
is a kid's toy, right?
Yeah.
Speed Racer. Speed Racer. My mind is wandering right
Pull it and
now.
rip across the room.
Pull it and rip it
Oh my
across the room. That's rather violent.
Oh my gosh.
Just wanted to check on that.
That's rather violent, I would say.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
My
my
mind
goodness.
went in another
In a different direction.
So that's why I was asking if it was actually a kid's toy.
My mind went in a different direction.
Yeah, that Leslie. And remember, I don't know what it's called now. Remember the little? It's a little car. It's got big, massive wheels, and it goes in
I seem
any
to remember
direction.
that. Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. I remember buying Steven one when we had a foster son for a couple of years. Steven come and stay with us. And I remember, even though he was 13 years old at the time, we bought him this toy because he loved these kinds of toys. Oh, the fun to be had with this thing. Because it would almost climb up a wall, right? Because the car's only this
I don't know what you're
big.
talking about.
Car's only this big, but it had these big fat tires that you could roll it in any direction.
Sure.
And it was like a freaking Tasmanian devil. Eh? It was
Yeah, I
crazy.
think I know what you're talking about.
There was so much tantrum. That's what it's called, Leslie. Unless you remembers, it was called the tantrum. So Leslie it says Podlies. Yes, biryani. Exactly, Leslie. And the spelling's kind of whack, but yeah, I think that's right. Yes,
She's
it might.
getting hydrated.
It might. Bill. It might be a little anglicized, but most people tell me that our style of East Indian cooking is similar to South Indian cooking. Well, there you go.
Nice.
Cool.
There you go.
Very cool.
Are you staying hydrated?
Just because the spelling was a little off. So, you know,
We should just spend an hour actually watching Leslie Ann drink and just see her spelling.
Just see the spelling go down. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I think like most people, she gets rather giggly when she's back in the day. Back in the day, we're talking some years back. Her friend Janine, another wonderful soul that moved on, but she just spent Christmas, a couple of Christmases and New Year's at our place. And yeah, her and Leslie Ann used to, oh my God, talk about staying hydrated. That was the general goal.
she is.
I think we are talking about staying hydrated. Actually, as a
so
matter of fact,
hydrated.
right now,
She's
we actually are
hydrated.
talking about that right now.
That's a 4-0.
That's what we're talking about.
That's 4-0
Next
hydration.
one, we're going to see 6 O's there.
Yeah.
Well done, Leslie Ann. Well
Yeah,
done.
but that was her and Janine used to work together, and Janine would message her on a Thursday night and go, "Do you want to play? Do you want to come out to play?" And then we all head to White Avenue. Head to White Avenue at 4 o'clock, and then close the place down at like 2 o'clock. We're coming back to our
What
place.
place?
No, everywhere. We'd start out. We'd go to what's called the Frog and Nightgown now, but you start out Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
Sure.
Holmes, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'd go, and back in the day, the cocktail club used to be open on the south side.
Oh, that's going.
We'd end up,
way
we'd end up
back,
at the
brother.
cocktail club, and oh man, I tell you, close the place down.
Wow, that's going back.
what we do is we go there at 4 in the afternoon after work on a Thursday night or Friday night, let's say Friday afternoon. So the three of us would go there.
Yeah.
We'd invite a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
And people would come, people would drink, people would go,
Yeah.
and then we'd be the only constants throughout.
Right. You'd be the regulars.
Wow, cocktail club. I haven't heard
Good-
that term in a long time.
Good fun though. Those were good fun days. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
3 minutes left, guys. Let me hear some Christmas wishes from y'all.
Christmas wishes. Okay.
Christmas wishes.
And in the meantime, I will
throw
tell
on.
you, we wished you a Merry Christmas already. We wish that again to you, and we'll tell you again, like we always do. Thank you for being here. Your presence here, your engagement here, your comments and fun and laughter and energy are so much appreciated. We love you guys. We really appreciate you showing up on Monday nights with us. Monday night would not be the same. And Monday nights, MLM, Must Listen Mondays, is so much fun because you guys show up and you bring your energy and you share your energy with us, and we so much appreciate that. I speak for the three of us when I tell you we never take your time for granted, and we really, really, truly appreciate you being here, and especially at this time of year when you have so much else to do. So
Yeah.
thank you for being here.
True.
And if by any remote chance you'd never caught this, I don't know why you wouldn't, but
You
Bill,
can tune in obviously on YouTube and Facebook and rewatch it with the comments. Maybe do a binge watch if you missed a few episodes. Do it there. Podlie podcast also airs Sound Sugar Radio Friday night at 10 o'clock, but that's only the audio, so you don't get the comments on that other than what we read. And just quickly, Leslie Ann says that was Friday night.
oh,
Cliff.
Friday night, sorry.
Thursday was just the girls.
girls.
And Amy says walking around White Ave when you're super hydrated and giggly is a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
So, and William, you as well have a wonderful evening and week ahead, everyone, and Merry Christmas as well, William.
And you guys, I don't know if we'll see you before New Year, so I will tell you this. Not only do we wish you a very Merry Christmas, but we hope you have many, many, many blessings in the year to come.
For sure.
All right, everybody, take care. we will see you all again.
And
Merry
most
Christmas,
importantly,
all.
stay happy. Okay.
You got it.